Hello, everyone, and welcome to the debut battle of Battle of the Beasts Season 6, and with a title for it as well. I'm going to go with anagrams. No, not anagrams. I don't know what the word is called now. Uh, no, I don't know what it's called. But the name of this tournament is called Transformation Takedown. That seems to be the best name I can find for it, so welcome to Battle of the Beasts Series 6 Transformation Takedown. It will be titled in the playlist as well as each episode labeled as Battle of the Beasts Episode 1, no, Battle of the Beasts TT Episode 1, so on and so forth. So yeah, it'll be TT, but Transformation Takedown is what the TT stands for. So, Season 6, and now let's kick it off with one of the more interesting matchups in this round. And yeah, this is actually a really interesting matchup. I love it. So, representing Series 10, the Master of the Beasts. The one that has made it to the quarterfinals of the Old Generation tournament, but sadly died in round 1 in the All Generation tournament. Hoping to have 2 good runs under her belt, we have Noctila, the Death Owl, versus her opponent. Representing Series 20, the Isle of Ghosts, made it not very far in the New Generation tournament, and to the 3rd round, I think, in the All Generation tournament, we have Okira, the Crusher. So, with these 2 beasts fighting out for a spot in round 2, and with this being one of the better matchups, we got a good start to the tournament coming up. So, yeah, I'm going to need to learn about these beasts, so let's get to the stats. Starting with Noctila, the Death Owl. This beast is like a giant owl with burning orange eyes. Her grey feathers drip with thick black tar that can burn a person's skin from their flesh. Her beak opens to reveal jagged teeth as he sends out screeches that can deafen anyone nearby. His talons are deadly weapons, and the gleam of evil can be seen in the black slit of his eyes. Disclaimer: according to the Bible and the book, Noctila is a he, but I've been calling Noctila a she for so long now to where it's now become a force of habit. Age 326, power 210, magic level 145, fright factor 79, size 121. Powers and abilities: flight, tar manipulation. Noctila's wings drip tar which can burn through leather in mere seconds and start fires. Natural weaponry: 360 head rotation, enhanced strength, enhanced durability, enhanced reactions, and night vision. Weaknesses: trapped in a net of silver. So, with this one, not a bad beast. Let's learn about her opponent. Not to mention, she can also fight as the Silver Knight with the mace. Apologies, I did not mean mace, I meant axe. Up next is Okira the Crusher. The Isle of Ghosts is perhaps the most terrifying place Tom and Alina's quests ever took them, but it is also home to good beasts like this colossal stone ogre. Okira is fiercely muscled with fists big enough to punch through walls. The ogre's good heart can tell the difference between friend and foe, if the friend survives his wild rage long enough. Age 88, power 217, magic level 138, fright factor 82, size 363. Powers and abilities: enhanced strength, weapon mastery, and enhanced durability. Equipment: metal chain, as well as access to fire spells with Kato, and weaknesses: enchantments. Okay, so now we got to know a bit about these beasts. We're going to have the battle take place in the forest, in a forest arena. So with that, Noctila versus Okira. Let's get into this. So as the chamber doors open, Okira stomps out of his chamber, going into the forest, and stands in the center, using both his heads to keep an eye out for any sudden movements. Noctila bursts out through the main exit and flies around the forest arena, weaving in and out of each tree, almost like a dart of silver flying past them. Okira fails to see Noctila, but hears the whooshing of Noctila flying around the forest. Suddenly, Noctilla comes to a stop, hides behind a tree, and transforms into the Silver Knight. Wielding the axe, he carefully walks around the tree and engages eye contact with Okira. Okira wastes no time and whips the chain straight towards Noctilla. Noctilla deflects it with his axe, and the chain continues to go forward, snapping a tree in half. Noctilla sees that, and before the chain gets pulled back towards Okira, she brings the axe down onto the chain, pinning it into the ground. Well, shattering some shackles, making the chain a lot smaller than what it was. Okira pulls it back and, in rage, chucks the rest of the chain at Noctilla. Noctilla uses the handle to just brush it aside and then charges up towards Okira. Okira turns around for Kato to launch a fire arc straight towards him. Noctilla jumps up, turns into the owl Noctilla, and flaps her wings, throwing tar directly on top of Okira and Kato. Okira and Kato both scream in pain as they're being burnt by the tar, and Kato, in rage, lifts up his staff and brings it down to the ground, causing a fiery wave to erupt from the staff, burning all the trees around, incinerating them instantly. As Noctilla sees this, she turns back to the knight of Noctilla, the Silver Knight of Auton, and charges up towards both of them with the axe, and attacks at the staff, which Kato used as a defense mechanism. Noctilla bashes the staff with the handle of the axe, and then, using a free hand, she punches Kato in the face, knocking him backwards, and then, using the axe, slices the staff in half. Okira turns around and, using his immense size, grabs onto Noctilla by the shoulders as Noctilla transforms into the owl and bites down onto one of the arms as she unfolds her wings and starts burning Okira's arms and hands with the tar. Okira, refusing to let go, uses his head to just headbutt Noctilla. Noctilla reels back from his head and bites down on Noctilla's head. Okira this time screeches in pain as Noctilla is able to break free from this. She stands on top of the ogre of Okira and turns back to the knight form as Kato is able to reach around to try and grab at the knight. Using the axe, she brings it down onto one of Kato's arms, where Kato roars in pain. And Noctilla then, working as the knight, works her way along Okira's back, using his legs, pushes each side of the beast down, and brings the axe up and brings it down in the split where Kato and Okira are fused. Once the axe collides there, a loud bang erupts there, and a burst of light comes from there, in which, when the light fades away, you see Noctilla as the owl flying high above it, Kato lying motionless on the floor, and Okira standing there dazed, gasping for breath. As Noctilla sees that, she dives down and, using her claws, slashes right underneath Okira's throat. Okira now grabs onto his throat, gasping for breath, as Noctilla comes in for a second swoop, this time scratching at the back of Okira's neck, causing Okira's other hand to go over there, covering up the wounds. And then what Noctilla does, turns to the knight form, lifts up the axe and brings it down in the back of one of Okira's legs. Okira falls to one knee, then, using the Knights of Auton's bare hands, grabs onto Okira's head and, using all the strength, twists it, snapping Okira's neck. Okira's body slumps to the floor. Noctilla retrieves his axe, tosses up into the air, catches it, and drags it back to the chamber, satisfied with his victory. So that, Noctilla's won, Okira's lost. If you think Okira should have won, please think explore. You think that, how my words final, and Noctilla's moving on to the next round. So I could have seen this battle go either way. I could have seen Noctila winning, I could have seen Okira winning, but the way I narrated it, Noctila won. And that is due to her incredible reaction timing, as well as agility and durability. Whilst Okira has the durability, if he doesn't have the reactions or the agility to keep up with Noctila, Noctila can just easily make a meal out of Kato and Okira. Plus, finding the weak point where they can split in half, making Okira weaker, is a better move on Noctila's part. Plus, being a nicer fought on, you fought beasts before, you should have a rough idea how to take them down. This is the advantage the Season 10 beasts have. And I think Noctila did a great job with this battle. Whilst it may seem like I was a bit out of breath, I am trying to keep up with everything going on. But I would say this was a good debut battle, showing the true extent of the transformations, especially beasts which have control over what they can transform into. So I think Noctila showed off this extent of what transformations can do very well, might I add. So with that, that's all for this time. If you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, press the notification bell down the corner below, and I'll see you next time for battle number 2.